Alright, Fix It here. Today we're talking about school. I have a big old list. This is 3 weeks later into production. This video has twice the detail, it's like I'm selling Fallout 76 here again, aren't I? Twice the detail, twice the length, 60 frames of pictures that are unique. I also hate myself now for trying to do this, and I have the mental efficiency of a potato. Please enjoy the rest of the video. Anyways, today we'll be talking about grade 7s and grade 8s, because these are the only classes that I can physically remember inside my brain, and also because I'm still waiting on high school to start. Moving on, we can talk about my least favorite part of school, and that's why I'm so happy to walk to school now. The bus. As you can see, this bus picture is on fire, but most buses look like this and are not on fire. Where do most cool kids sit? You know, the old and the cool kids. That's right, in the back of the bus. The back of the bus where it gets more shaky because it's behind this wheel, so thus it gets more shaky because of physics I cannot physically explain because I'm an idiot. You may have noticed, if you've ever been on a school bus ever in your life, that the older you get, the more far back in the bus you are put. And there's a reason for this, most parents think. It's because the kindergartens and, younger grades are safer in the stability of the front of the bus. Yes, I see. In the stability of the two-wheeled location, while the back, where all the grade 7 and 8 sit sometimes, shakes like a madhouse. And also because, kindergartens are, not as well behaved as the grade 8s who are, intelligent, older, and know how to think for themselves and know the difference between right and wrong. Well, that's where they're wrong. This isn't the 1940s anymore, where parents would strictly teach their child the difference between right and wrong, with a bit of a punishment on the wrists, if you might add. So not only is the chaos in the front, like this, but the chaos is also in the back. So just to put it into clarification, the mental stability between a kindergarten and an 8th grader is practically the same. In fact, I'd go the extra mile to say that the kindergarten has extra stability compared to the 8th grader. Now, how do we fix this? Obviously, the kindergartens, they like I said, they have better mental stability. So they don't need to be watched. It's the grade 7 and 8s that need to be fixed. It's simple. Guns. But not to scare you, I mean paintball guns. These things hurt, but don't kill. Just give them some masks and stuff. We already have to wear them anyways to school. And basically, if someone starts causing trouble, you don't even have to shoot them. Just shoot the seat. Or shoot near them. They'll stop. Because they know that's a warning shot, yes? And it doesn't have to be for everyone. Just like I said, the grade 7 8s get their own little special sit-down zone where they have a turret deployed. I'm allowed to say this because I'm also a grade 8. Well, I was, but never mind. So, now on to our next big topic. 5 ways to skip your homework that you'll never believe. Alright, number 1. It's quite a simple one, and it's much more efficient than the trying to get your dog to eat your homework by leaving it on the floor and putting it in his food. Alright? That's to burn it in your house while you're burning your house. See, there's a hidden genius to it, really. I doubt for a fact that the teacher will ask you for your homework if your house is burnt down. Think about it, yeah? There you go. You got it? You got it? Good. Moving on. Okay, for this next one, you're going to have to volunteer to cook at dinner time. Alright? And once your parents have accepted, because they don't have to work, but at the cost of, well, it's probably going to be crappy food, but who cares? It's free child labor. Alright, well, no one's looking. Just straight up yeet your homework into the blender. Alright, this will make a creamy concoction that you can mix into pastries or an omelet. This probably works. I don't know. I watched a how-to basic video where he turned grinded paper and eggs into what looked like a decent meal. But, come on, it's gotta work then if How To Basic did it. It's always smart. Alright. Number 3 is Simple one. Alright, number 3 is to simply just survive in the woods. Alright, if you can live in the woods on your own, then you just don't have to go to school. Think about it. If you can just watch some primitive technology videos and you'll be good to go. You'll know everything you need to know. You can survive in the woods the rest of your life. You just don't have internet or anything, fun. You just survive. Think about it. Wouldn't life be so much simpler if you just had to survive? Wouldn't that be nice? Anyways, number 4. I forgot to draw a number for this and I'm too lazy to go back. And that is to protest against homework. Now you may be thinking, no child is smart enough to protest against teachers, and no way they could get the supplies they need or any kind of morale boost to, protest this. Well, I'll have to beg to differ, because my school almost had a student protest against toilet paper. It didn't go very far. It was kind of a class meme. Basically, when the lunch supervisor walked in, we would all just start chanting soft, the Bear brand with the not hard toilet paper. Yeah, that will do. And we just started chanting that over and over. It was kind of funny. They took it as the joke it was, and it never really went anywhere. Number 5. It's a very complex one. It's very simple, actually. And that's just to simply launch it into space. It's not hard, alright? Alright, so you need an example, yeah? Alright, just grab a model rocket, attach it, and put it on there, launch into space. Not hard. Just be careful with the fuel, okay? It's quite dangerous, yes? Alright, now, I know what you're all thinking. Class is boring. Boring as the day you were born, which was actually quite exciting for your mother, but no one else cared. And that's simple. A simple way to make class interesting is just don't pay attention. If you're going to play a video game like on a DS or a Nintendo Switch or something, it's really simple. Just don't hold it below or above your desk. What you're going to want to do is kind of hold it in the cubby of your desk and play a game that you don't have to pay much attention to, because, well, you have to look like you're paying attention to class. Just look up and down every couple of seconds, do your own thing. Just ideally you want to make sure that you're not in the front of the class, in the middle of the class. You want to be at the back of the class. And with people you trust to not all stare at your screen so that you get caught. The greedy pieces of crap. Next is a story of true terror among every school. Recess! Recess is war. Recess, no laws, no nothing. Sure, it's like the Wild West. Sure, there may be sheriffs, the teachers, to enforce some laws. Pretty much, there's one teacher for 1 billion kids. No way they're going to be able to control this in an open field where they have to literally sprint for 2 minutes to get to some bullying going down. By then, the kids have just dispersed, and you won't be able to catch all of them. So this looks like the average American recess. Now, this is what the average Canadian recess looks like. You can see a big difference. Now, I know that's kind of like, oh, it's Canadian, so it snows everywhere. That was just a joke. I don't know why I said it. I didn't want to say it. I'm too lazy to re-record this entire session. But basically, where I lived, it snows. And when it snows, what is a kid supposed to do? We don't have access to, like, ball games anymore because there's snow all over the ground. Well, the teachers, they came up with a genius idea. They gave us shovels. Snow forts became their own idyllic faction. If you've seen a Minecraft faction series, that's nothing. If you've seen a war movie, that's nothing compared to the stories and wars that have happened with snow forts. And fun fact, I'm going to do a whole separate video just on the snow fort factions that I've dealt with as a child, because they are way too long and deserve their own separate video. Alright? What we need is to make recess fun again. And the one way to do that is just buy us more equipment, please. Just buy us more stuff. Here's a graph I would like to show you. You got the supply, you've got what they think the demand is, and we got the actual demand. The reason I include the actual demand and what they think the demand is because sometimes teachers just think that we're spoiled. Like, okay, looking back at the graph, you will see that what they think the demand is way lower than the actual demand is. Now, a simple way would be, pour some budget into more shovels or equipment or toys to entertain these children. Yes? Alright, so let me tell you where all the real fundraisers go. So say you got a baking sale and it went off perfectly. Like, you broke the stock market. You were just so good with your baking skills and selling them off. So where does all those funds go? It goes into getting this sweet billboard on the, not a billboard, a posting board. Or a bulletin board. Yes, that's a bulletin board. On your school wall of all the forms that they give you to go home anyway, so you have them already. Like some idiots. Anyways. Now, onto the part that I bet you've all been waiting for. How do you ace every single test? It's a secret that I've been keeping to myself for many years. I've never even had the chance to pull it off because it's so complicated, hard, and my parents would never approve of it. And you may think it's cheating. No, cheating is for losers. Just don't show up to school. If you don't show up, you can't fail. I mean, it's genius. The level of genius that just goes into the idea, just don't show up to school. I don't know how I can make this any clearer. Just don't show up to school.